Hello, lovelies. I just noticed my hair was a bit all over the place. It's lovely to be here. I hope your day has started really, really well. For those of you that don't know me, I am Eloise Burton and I'm a mum. And I am here today to talk about something called money ceilings. And a money ceiling is something that occurs and we often don't notice them. But the one way to know if you've got a money ceiling is to ask yourself the question, which is the title of this live. Are you stuck earning the same amount of money in your business no matter what? And that might not be your business, that might be in your career as well. So are you just stuck at a certain level? Like you've earned that amount of money before and for some reason it's just not going up. Okay, that's a sign that you've got a money ceiling, and I want to let you know you're in good company because we all have them. In fact, it's really common for people to leave their role to set up a business or to continue a business that they've started and find that for some reason they can't earn more than what they used to get paid. Okay, and that is a money ceiling. And I'm going to talk about the ways you might have been told to smash through that in the past, and also why that hasn't worked for you or hasn't worked consistently. So I've got notes because I do have a tendency to waffle on and go off topic. So I will be looking at them to make sure I give you everything that I want to give today. So you might have heard the following advice when it comes to money ceilings. So you're at a point in your life or your business where you think, I want to earn more, but it doesn't matter what I do, I still only earn this much. Maybe it goes up for a month, but then the next month it goes down. Maybe no matter what you do, it literally just stays the same. Okay, and you might have been told these things. Well, number one, just put your price up. Okay. Oh, if only it was that easy. Yeah, and I'm a big proponent of putting prices up, but I know it's not as simple as just putting your prices up. And if you have a money ceiling, even if you put your prices up, you will still hit that ceiling because you might take on fewer clients or, something might happen. So it's not as simple as just increasing prices. And the next piece of advice is just get more clients. Yeah, because that's easy, isn't it? Okay, taking on more clients when you're stuck at a money ceiling actually means that you end up overworking, and that can deplete your energy, and that can mean that business just feels really hard and icky. And another technique that I was told was say this affirmation 100 or 1,000 times a day. And hey, listen, affirmations do work, but they take a lot of time, a lot of commitment, a lot of focus, and they can often take away from actually what you're trying to do. Now, I do use affirmations, but I sprinkle them. Saying them 100 or 1,000 times a day isn't as powerful as using the correct affirmations at the right time. So these approaches don't work, and this is why. When we hit a money ceiling, or even before we hit a money ceiling, selling can feel really yucky for us, right? Like just the thought of doing more selling, showing up more, getting onto more calls, talking to more people about selling, especially if you put your prices up, can just feel really, really icky, sicky, and you'll probably just not want to do it, and therefore you won't do it as well or as much as you should be doing it. And I know from my experience and experience of working with lots of lovely ladies in their businesses that putting your prices up is not simple, because we get all caught up in so many things like, is it worth that? But no one else is charging that. I call that going rate-itis, where we look around and we go, there's no one in my sort of area charging more than £50, so therefore I can't charge more than £50. Well, that's not true, but that's what we believe to be true, and then we limit ourselves because we think no one will be able to pay that. And that's the other thing. So sometimes we get into our clients or our potential clients' purses or their wallets, and we assume we know what they can afford, when actually we really don't. We like to think we know, but we don't. Okay. And the reason that, simply putting up your prices and making more sales isn't easy is because it's not in alignment. You haven't got to a point where that feels like the right thing to do. And that's a lot of the work that I do with my clients, actually bringing them into alignment so that that is easier. And that's the work that breaks through the ceiling. Yeah? And as I said, affirmations work, but do you have time to say them as often as you need to? Do you have time to take up that time and not do something else in your business? Oh, hi Sarah, just saw you joined. Hello, beautiful. Right back at you, lovely. Thank you. Thank you for joining. So when you are feeling these things, when you're feeling like increasing prices feels too much, taking on more clients, just how have you got time? And doing the affirmations feels great to start with, but then it just starts to feel like a bit of a burden. When it feels like a burden, it's not going to work. This is a big flashing indicator that you have money stuff to deal with. Okay? It's also a big flashing indicator that you have money stuff to deal with if you are hitting the same money ceiling month after month after month and not getting anywhere. Okay? It's a sign that you are comparing yourself to others and judging yourself by others' standards. Okay? And it's also a sign that you are getting into those clients' purses. Okay? This was like the biggest lesson that I learned. I thought, oh, no one would be able to afford me if I charge that. It's so not true. It's so not true. The way clients buy is not necessarily the way you think they make decisions on buying. And that was like a real game changer for me. So what do you need to do instead to sort of work through that money ceiling? Well, first of all, you need to identify where that block has come from. Where has that number that you keep hitting come from? Look around for it. Is it the amount of money that you earned when you were employed? Is it the most amount of money that you've ever earned, and therefore you're stuck because you don't know what it's like to go over it? Is it the amount of money that your parents earned, or your sister, or your best friend? Is it about the same amount of money as your friend group earns? Because we can get quite blocked by that as well. What I would recommend is getting out of people's purses. I keep mentioning this because it's so important, so powerful. People buy based on their priorities, okay? And many of you will have seen this. They say they can't afford the service that you offer, but then they're off buying something else, which is absolutely perfect. They're totally entitled to do that. But then it's like, oh, but they said they couldn't afford this. What it is it's a different priority for them. That was not the priority for them. So we don't necessarily buy on affordability. That is a factor for some people, but we buy on our priorities. Okay? It's like, we know we should go to the gym. Yeah? We could get a gym membership that's, say, £40 a month. And that is better for us than buying junk food for £40 a month. But if our priority is treating ourselves to junk food, which is absolutely fine, that's where we're going to spend that money each month. Okay? It's just a matter of priorities. Okay. So, let go. Another thing to do is let go of comparison. Okay? Don't compare yourself to what other people in your area are doing. Going ratitis is the number one way that you will hold yourself at that ceiling. Okay? I want you to understand that what you do is not the same as what everyone else does. So you might offer Reiki, okay, and then there might be 5 or 6 people in your area that offer Reiki, but not one of them is you. Okay? We all put our own different and special approach on these things. We all have a different way that, for example, Reiki comes through. Okay? My Reiki feels different to someone else's Reiki. And so you are not comparable. Okay? You're not comparable. And I know that feels really, really hard. But you bring your special gifts that no one else has. And so you can't compare yourself to other people. And I get this argument a lot. Yes, but that's what people pay. And in a lot of cases, I just want to assure you, in a lot of cases, people often don't know what the going rate is. They just know they want to work with you. They know they want to work with you, and it doesn't even enter their head to go and do a scan of what everyone else charges. Because if they're doing that, they don't want your unique gifts. They just want something more generic. Do you see what I mean? So really, allow yourself to explore that. Think about the value and the uniqueness that you offer. So if you stop doing these things, if you stop if you stop comparing yourself, and if you get out of people's purses, things are going to transform for you. But you also need to heal what's holding you in the past with that number, or maybe even the present. Okay, you need to heal. What is the issue? So say, for example, in your group of friends, you all earn a similar amount of money. What does that bring up for you if you start earning more? What fears do you have? Are you concerned that you'll be judged, that you won't have anything in common? Maybe it won't change anything. Maybe that's absolutely brilliant, and everyone would be just amazed and really, really happy for you. But think about what is causing that ceiling. Look around. Is it someone in your family? Is it a job that you previously had? And you'll quickly see that what it comes down to is a belief about how much you are worth. Okay? Now that belief isn't based on anything except the past. Okay? And in a lot of cases, it's based on other people's judgment of your value and worth. Like, your boss says you can have this much money, okay, because that's what the organization you work for says. Okay? When we do the work around money alchemy, it's all about your value and what you bring. Okay? And that does uncover blocks. When I first set up my business, I left a job that was paying a decent salary. And I went straight into a business that paid exactly the same amount of money to me. Because that was all I'd ever been able to earn in the past. Yeah? And when I look back now, I can see the blocks that I had. I felt like I had a price tag on me, and that price tag was my salary. And subconsciously, I stopped myself from earning more. As soon as I removed that tag through healing work, everything opened up for me. And it got scary, I'll be honest, it got a bit scary. When you don't know what it's like to earn more money, it gets scary, and I made some mistakes, but I healed again, and I put that into practice, and now I'm able to earn more and more and more. So if you stop doing those things, comparing yourself and getting into your potential clients' purses, and you start healing your money past, you and your business will be transformed. And several things happen. Okay? You might not believe that. You might not believe this side of it. But when you do those things, selling becomes part of everything you do. It's like you magnetize your perfect clients to you. And they don't question the amount you're charging. They are happy. They want to work with you because you know you're different. You know you're unique. You know you're special. And they want to work with you because they know they can get better results from you. So that whole feeling icky about selling becomes like, oh my goodness, like this feels so aligned. I know what I'm worth. I know what I bring to people. I know that they buy based on priority rather than pricing. And I also know that it doesn't matter what other people are charging. Okay? Here's something that's really interesting that I've found through working with lots and lots of clients. When you price yourself low, people don't think you're anything special. And a low price offer is often as hard to sell, if not harder, than a higher priced offer. Because people really know that what they're paying for with a higher priced item or service is value, experience, knowledge, skills. They know it's a premium product, okay, and they want that. So I hope that helps. I have gone off topic a little bit, as always. But when you transform these approaches, you and your business will be transformed. You will start being able to take those dreams that you keep putting off and start making them happen. And that is what we're doing this for, isn't it? To bring our dreams into reality. You will see more income, more ease with your income as well. And oh my goodness, when income comes in easily, it feels like such a gift. It feels like such a pleasure, and you show up even better. It's like this self-fulfilling prophecy. When I started doing this work, as I said, I'd left my job and I was earning the same amount of money. Using these approaches, using these 3 tips, I have managed to more than triple my income in a year, and it's doubled again since that first year. And it just gets easier and easier and easier, and I want that for you. So if you've enjoyed today's training, let me know in the comments, and there will be more training coming up soon. I hope you found it useful. I'd love to know your thoughts. So like I said, do comment and let me know what you think. Let me know what you've tried. Let me know what you think your money ceiling might be and where it might have come from. Go and explore that. And it's really interesting when you see it. You'll be like, okay, I can see where that's come from. Just seeing these things can really help change things for you. Okay? So that is the training for today. I hope you found it useful, and I will see you again very soon. Take care, lovely.